Even though I love my bright colors, I do not want to look like a clown. That is personally not my style. Like so many other people, I have absolutely binge-watched videos about color analysis. And I have self-diagnosed myself as a bright spring. And in this video I want to share a couple of tips with you that I've learned over these past years about how to curate and design my wardrobe around this new term, bright spring, what it actually means in my daily life, and how I dress myself in 4 seasons of the year. So stay with this video if you want to learn more about how to dress yourself as a bright spring. Welcome to my bedroom where I store all of my clothes. So my first tip is I discovered my best and my worst colors. So within every palette, there's going to be some colors that you really like on yourself, and there are going to be some colors that you just naturally don't gravitate to. And that is completely fine. You do not have to like all of your colors within your season. So for me, I discovered that my favorite colors are lilac, pink, light blue and red. And I don't like colors that go more to orange or salmon or yellow. And that is completely fine. Even though these colors are in my palette and they should like objectively suit me, I don't feel great in them, so therefore I don't buy them. And that is absolutely fine, and that is the best way I think you can build up your wardrobe, by just picking a couple of colors and then mix them all together. I think as a bright spring you feel like you have to wear all of the bright colors, but you really don't, and it makes it much easier for you to curate your wardrobe at first if you just pick a couple of colors that you like the most. So my second tip is a rule that I have for myself, and that is I do not wear beige or gray on top. After filming myself for a little while here on YouTube, I found out that these colors really don't look good on me, so now I just avoid them all. I've worn out all of my beige and gray tops, and now I just don't buy them anymore. Even though they are in my palette and they should fit me, they should look good on me, I just don't feel great in them, so that's all for me. But that doesn't mean that I don't wear any neutrals. At first, 2 years ago, when I learned about my season, I bought a lot of bright items from the thrift store because I felt like they looked great on me, and I also felt great in those items. But over time, I kind of fell into this trap that every morning when I had to pick out an outfit, it was really difficult to combine things with each other because it was always bright top with bright bottom. So I've also learned to add some neutral colors. I like a warm white, I like warm brown, and I also like kind of taupey oyster colors. And they are my neutrals, and I need those neutrals as much as I need my bright colors in my wardrobe. The fourth rule that I learned while creating my wardrobe as a bright spring is that even though I love bright colored accessories, it's not the best choice for me, because I am already usually wearing a bright outfit, and then having to add another bright bag, another bright a pair of shoes, usually it's just too much. So for now I have this rule that whenever I buy a new bag or buy a pair of shoes, I choose them in neutral colors. They can be white, warm white, they can be brown. I also like gray for my accessories. They can be a taupey or a brown or a kind of oyster color as well. And I know now that all of these colors go with all of my items, and that just makes it so much easier for me to get dressed in the morning. And I feel like brown just kind of elevates the look, makes it look more expensive, while gray just adds a really nice dark contrast with all of the light spring colors that I have. Look, nobody can stop me from wearing beautiful autumn colors, okay? Even though they are not in my season. I love a beautiful aubergine, I love a teal color, I love mustard, but I just don't wear them on the top. I wear them on the bottom. And I also feel like spring wardrobe is made to be paired with autumn wardrobe, because the beautiful pink spring color goes really well with the beautiful aubergine color from the autumn palette. For my sixth tip, I would also advise you to go look a little bit into bright winter. Not all hues will look good on you, but for me, I go really well with the pinks and the purples, and I love wearing them as well. You just have to be a little bit careful and maybe warm it up a little bit, sometimes with a little scarf or a cardigan that you wear. There's no rule that says you cannot experiment outside of your season. Please do. It's gonna make your life a lot more fun and really elevate your wardrobe. My seventh tip is that I do not wear black. I just don't. I don't wear black clothes, I don't wear black accessories, no black shoes. I just feel like now that I'm wearing so many bright colors, the black just sucks the life out of the colors and just kind of, for me, destroys the whole outfit. So when I'm looking for a darker color, because sometimes you do need those, I choose a gray or I choose a navy or a beautiful warm brown, but I don't go for black anymore. My eighth tip is that I would advise you not to throw away any pieces just because they're out of your season. If you still like that item, definitely there will be a way to make that item work for you even though it's not in your season. Add a scarf, add a cardigan, add something to fill up the space between your top and between your face, and it will be all fine. There are so many ways to make your outfit look better on you. But don't just go around in your wardrobe and throw out everything that is not in your season, because you know it's going to take a little while for you to adjust to your season, and you might regret things you're getting rid of right now later on. When I want to dress a little bit more for a specific season, for example now here is fall, you don't always have to go for fall colors. You can also go for fall fabrics like houndstooth, checkered fabric, plaid maybe, herringbone. And that way you also look like you belong into the season. And then you can wear those fabrics into a bright spring color palette, for example. That way you're dressing for the right season, but in your own color palette. So for my last tip, I would advise you not to overthink it too much. If you're in a store and you're trying on some clothes and you cannot decide if it is a light spring, if it is warm spring, or it is bright spring, if that item looks amazing on you and you feel great, then it's probably a great garment for you to buy. Don't make it too big, it's just clothes. I do think it's important to think about your purchases, but at the same time, like I said, if you feel great in your item, if you feel like it looks good on you, then it's probably the right season. We're so blessed with this new knowledge about ourselves, and you know, it's going to take a little bit of time for you to adjust probably to your season and to your wardrobe. I think I've known for a year or year and a half right now that I'm a bright spring, and it still takes me a lot of work to figure it out. Right now it's fall, I've done a declutter of my wardrobe, but I'm still not there with a perfect wardrobe. And you know, maybe we will never get to a perfect wardrobe state. Maybe we will continue working on it, buying new things, decluttering. That's just the cycle we are in. And I would really advise you to take it slow, enjoy the moments, enjoy what you have learned so far. I hope this video has helped you a little bit on your journey to becoming a beautiful bright spring. And if there's any other tips that you have learned over your journey, please let them know in the comments. Also, if you're in another season, I would love to know what you've learned so far. And I hope I see you in the next video. Bye!